when it just for you. Might say a thing or two to some people that misconstrue. And that's cool. We all striving to rule. For those who tuning in, you got my dying gratitude. Hello and welcome to this special edition of the Diamond Cooper Show, coming to you live from the Horseshoe Pit in Washington, D.C. Our tournament got canceled today. I was going to go live and do that, but I got a couple of topics I'm going to get into with you today. And we're going to start off with saying thank you to those who have liked and subscribed. And if you're new to this channel, to this show, hit that like, boop, hit that subscribe boop, button, hit the bell so that you can get notifications whenever I drop something new. And hopefully you're entertained and you keep rocking with your brother, because I'm going to keep it coming. And today we're going to start with Charles Barkley. Charles Barkley is not holding back on how the deal went bad with TNT, Turner, and the NBA. I'm sorry. He says basically the NBA is on a cash grab, which is why they did an 11-year deal. But he's basically talking about how the people behind the scenes are going to be without a job. And you got to respect that, man. Charles Barkley made a lot of money in his career playing basketball, after basketball. And he feels like the NBA is just trying to cash in on the streaming, which is the direction that everything is going now. You know, like the television that we knew. I mean, I remember growing up and the TV cut off at night. They had the Star Spangled Banner, and then you just had snow. I remember before we had cable, you know. And now it's like, it's all streaming going on now because of the digital stratosphere, how things have changed. Internet is taking over. Social media has taken over. And the NBA is capitalizing on that, because instead of TNT or Turner holding on to the NBA for the next 11-year deal, it's going to be Amazon, and NBC is coming back. Charles Barkley signed a 10-year, $210 million deal. And he says he's not taking a pay cut. I wouldn't either. Shit. $21 million a year? Oh yeah, you got to buy me out. You got to buy me out. I'm not about to give up none of that. You got to come to the table and negotiate. And he was smart because he structured his contract in a manner whereas he gets paid and he's going to be a free agent next summer. It's going to be different. This is going to be our last season having that panel. Ernie, Kenny, Chuck, Charles. Excuse me. And it's going to be bittersweet because I feel like you can't really have the NBA without them. I mean, we're so used to it. I mean, it's always changes and people, you know, move on and retire and things of that nature. But these guys wasn't retiring. You know, it's just a deal that the NBA did. And now, inside the NBA, it's only going to be for one more year. And Barkley will be a free agent next summer because he structured his contract in that way, which is smart. I'm personally going to miss watching it, you know, because it was definitely good banter, good entertainment after the games. So I got to respect the fact that Charles Barkley is speaking up for the people that don't get as much money as he does. And he wants to make sure that they still, you know, have a job. They still can provide for their families. So I implore everybody who are supporters of Inside the NBA, man, make sure, man, y'all send them comments up. Your gaster. Don't really know what that means, but hopefully it's positive. I love you too. Not sure what it means. But you got to have a lot of love, respect for Charles Barkley, because he's speaking up for the people that have less, that make less, you know, and still have families to support and everything. He's not making it about himself. And he's pointing out the fact that it's a cash grab for the NBA. All major pro sports are about their bottom line. And we can't never overlook this. All major pro sports are about the bottom line. They are going to do what is necessary to make sure they keep making their money. And I applaud Charles Barkley for putting that out there, because that's what it's about. TNT matched the offer from Amazon. The NBA chose to go with Amazon because they want to go digital. They want to go streaming. They want to get with the new wave. But we gotta make sure that we give the respect that is due to Charles Barkley for pointing out the fact that it's not just the people that you're seeing on the television, it's people behind the scenes that are going to be without a job. Kudos to Charles Barkley, man. Keep it coming. Moving right along to a subject that hits home in a way that I'm aware of in a way. Miss Joy Taylor, wonderful personality, related to Jason Taylor, former football player for the Miami Dolphins, number 99. He was a beast when he played. And Joy has been a personality on TV covering sports. And now her and Taylor Rooks were on a podcast. And I have to say this, Joy Taylor, my old man, hello, how are you? I'm doing good, how are you? Joy Taylor is one of the many examples of how our women's minds are distorted sometimes in this country. The brainwashing that started with this country years ago with our women, it was all in place to make sure that the women felt empowered and they felt okay emasculating the man. And I understand we living in a time where, you know, everyone is accepted. Everyone is supposed to, you know, come out. It's okay to come out now. We got the alphabet community. We have so many different communities that are given whatever they're given, rights, laws change form, to do something, it's a hate crime, etc. But Joy Taylor says something when it comes to dealing with a man that was disturbing. She says he has to be funny, fine, and fucking money. And see, that's what's wrong. That's what's wrong. She says, throw everything else away. Really? Are you fucking serious? Throw everything away? Funny, fine, and fucking money. So the man's morals and standards don't mean anything. Where the man comes from doesn't mean anything. What he has to offer from a mental standpoint doesn't mean anything. Being a gentleman doesn't mean anything. He just has to be funny, he has to be fine, and he has to have fucking money. This is what is the problem with our women. Our women believe that their happiness is defined by materialistic things. There's no way. How many people marry somebody for money and was truly happy? If you believe that the only way that you can be happy or that you can talk to somebody is if they have fucking money, then you're basically making yourself an item on a shelf. You can be bought. Let me say that again. If you define happiness because of what a person has, how much money they have, then you are basically associating yourself with a piece of material or food or clothing or anything that's on a shelf. You can be bought. There's no reason to be walking around with an unrealistic expectation thinking that you're supposed to have a certain amount of money in order to make the woman happy. That means that the nigga don't even matter no more. The person don't even matter. That's what that means. And it's sad because all of our people, all of our women are rocking like this. Ill Bill. Y'all know Ill Bill. He just pulled up. We don't have a tournament today, but we still at the horseshoe pit. And our women are selling our men short. We're gonna say what's up to them, Ill Bill.
What's up, fam? How y'all? What's good?
And that's what's wrong, because women like Joy Taylor are perfect examples of why our women are fucked up. Because they expect you to have something. And I'm gonna say this one more time before I get up out of here. If you are a woman and you predicate dealing with a man based on what he has, materialistic wise, money wise, then you are just like a can of soup on the shelf. You for sale. You for sale. You are basically a prostitute.
Oh.
You're a prostitute because you say what Joy Taylor said. Now, for all the women who believe in rocking with what Joy Taylor said, she said funny, fine, and fucking money. So if that's what you believe, you are an item that can be bought. Just like your ass was sitting on the shelf, laying back like this. And then somebody walk in the store like, yeah, I want her. You're going to be happy because that's what you want. Man, get on the ball, sisters. Learn to deal with a man for who he is, not what he got. Because it's not going to get you no motherfucking where. You might get you a Birkin bag and some red bottoms and all this shit, but it's not going to get you nothing. You're not going to be happy. Because 9 times out of 10, he probably going to be beating your ass, calling you all kinds of bitches, dogging you out, everything. But hey, do your thing. If that's what floats your boat, do your thing. But I can tell you for sure, you're not going to have no happiness, you're not going to have no peace, and your association ain't based on love. So get your shit together, ladies, and don't listen to motherfuckers like Joy Taylor. Because they steering you wrong, got y'all riding with this feminist women empowerment movement shit that started back in the day when we had the song, What Have You Done For Me Lately? Dun 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 dun. Ooh, 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 yeah. And the other song, Ain't Nothing Going On But the Rent, all that shit. It started back in the day when I was a little ass kid. And now our women are poisoned by this shit. Get it together.
I've been drinking.
Because them unrealistic expectations is not going to bring you happiness. And that's what it's supposed to be about. Love, peace, and happiness.
Al Green.
Tell your people to tell their people to tell their people to holler at your brother, like and subscribe. Thanks for tuning in. Hope you got something out of this. Let's tighten up, y'all.